Hello, welcome to this video, and we're going to break down the upcoming massive storm from tonight through Wednesday. So let's get right into it. So first of all, we have what looks like a very intense system right here. Actually, nothing has been produced as far as right now. We still have just clouds here. But as you can tell, there is a defining front right here. And that is going to bring some cooler air behind. Right now, there is definitely some snow up here, snow and rain right here, and up here. Yesterday, it was back here. And we're also getting some snow up here in Canada. But outside of that, we are decently quiet over here in the east. All right, let's see what this storm will look like. So here is our Jetstream, and this is getting to look quite interesting. So here's our storm right here, and this is going to start to move to the east, and it is going to look quite interesting as it moves east. It is going to protrude right into the plains where our storms are going to spark up. And yeah, this is our most intense portion, and it looks strong the whole way. It just continues to stay strong. And then eventually it does get broader and slightly less intense as we head over further east, but it is still going to produce some significant stuff. So let's see what that might look like for our radar. So as we head into the evening tonight, we are going to have some precipitation start to kick off right around 8 p.m. tonight. And this is going to start to spark some storms as we head into like 10, 11 p.m. tonight, right here from Texas through Kansas. And these are going to just be the beginning storms. This is not the worst part. But in front of this, we could have some distinct supercells. This is looking even more serious than yesterday, I would say. And again, we have our highest chance for distinct cells right around here, and that is just going to continue east and continue. While on the other hand, we have a significant snowstorm that is coming in as we have cold air coming in from the north and west. And this is going to produce a lot of snow over here in South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, in areas of southeastern North Dakota. And that is going to start moving into northern Wisconsin, southern areas of Minnesota, and eventually Iowa, where I think this is going to happen, where it is going to all of a sudden become intense, and it might go as far down south as western Missouri, sorry, man. And then this is going to continue. But again, as we continue to the east, our storms are going to stay strong. Our snow, not necessarily, but we're still going to see some significant stuff right here along the East Coast as we head into Wednesday. So that is then going to produce some snow over the Great Lakes and then maybe a little over here in the Northeast. So our snow totals are going to look moderate. There's going to be some moderate snow right along here, is what I mean. About 5 to 8 inches through this area from northwest Mississippi. No, Missouri. I just keep missing the 2 up. I'm so sorry, guys. But Missouri through Iowa, central Iowa, into southeastern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, up here near this area near Lake Superior is going to get the highest, maybe around a foot or so. So, yeah, your winter's not over yet, and it's going to continue. So, let's see what some of the stuff related to the severe weather is like. This is another run where we have more widespread foot out here, and we do have a little less snow down here, but still about the same amount of snow over here. And what's interesting is we have just a random band of snow right over here. So that's a little interesting. Now, this is Cape, and again, I just explained this yesterday, but this is like severe weather parameter. The more intense that it looks, the more intense our storms could get. So this is kind of part of our Gulf of Mexico moisture that we're going to get. And it looks like our highest hour is going to be 0Z Tuesday. So that is tomorrow, 0Z. And that is going to be most prominent in South Texas. No, Central Texas, actually. And then it will lessen as we head further east, meaning that our greatest tornado potential is not there, but we still do have some. And that is why we have a longer corridor than we had yesterday. And to show what I mean, this is the SPC. We have now stretched over to Oklahoma and as far east as Florida with our enhanced risk. And our slight risk still up into northern Arkansas. So we do have that there. And our marginal up into Indiana, Illinois, maybe Nebraska, but it's kind of reaching for like nothing there. And general thunderstorms elsewhere. And today they added tornado risk. So here is our tornado risk. We do have a 10% hatched risk. This hatched part does mean a significant chance to have a EF2 or stronger within 25 miles of this 10% area if you're here. But if you're over here, your tornadoes are less likely to be strong. They could still be strong. Don't mistake me for that. But maybe slightly less strong. So moving past this, our system is going to get out as we head into Thursday, and there's that snow in the northeast I was mentioning earlier. And then we're going to have a little system right over here. And this is where things do get interesting. It has slightly downtrended and south trended a little bit. Looks like we could have some snow anywhere from like Nebraska into Pennsylvania and West Virginia area. And what is very interesting is something we did not see yesterday. You remember the system I said that could just bring maybe a little bit of this stuff over here? Well, this thing has since majorly uptrended, and this I think is a little unrealistic, but here it is. This is a little bit expansive here, right down into Oklahoma through Indiana, and then it continues in heavy, heavy snow. And I think you know where this is going. Nor'easter. Yup, this is predicting a nor'easter, at least this run. And that would bring some very significant snow if this were to happen. I would put it at a 15% chance because this is the first run. Although we can go ahead and look at our 18Z because this is now almost finished. And here's what this one shows. Again, another nor'easter. So the GFS is predicting a nor'easter. Well, if we say like the Euro, no, we don't have anything. We just have some rain. But as that might move out, we're going to get maybe even some lake effect snow. Who knows? And then now we'll move out, and it looks like we're going to get yet another system that is going to hit Southern California, which hasn't gotten a lot of rain this year. So this is going to be beneficial for you guys. And then there's a big storm. This is one that we were talking about yesterday. It does not look quite as impressive on this model run, but man, does that look like a flooding potential. This is still a little bit far out, so things could very well change, but I do think that there will be a system around that period. And things just do not stop, because after this system moves out, we are going to see another one. And that is going to potentially, this is still 12Z, but we're potentially going to have a lot of cold air move in. And we'll see something very similar with the European as well. So here's what the European is showing. So this system goes out. We got some light snow up there. I think the GFS was more correct on this, giving a slightly bigger amount of snow. Still not a lot, though. Very localized. And then small clipper. Again, the Euro was not showing much with this yesterday, and now it is picking up on something. So I think it's going to be something in between the GFS and the European. And then that is just going to fizzle out. And there's that other system I was talking about that would bring in nor'easter if the GFS was correct, but this keeps it further south and takes it out to sea. And there's that heat I was talking about as we head into midweek next week. And then the system, look, it downtrended quite a bit, actually. It does not look nearly as significant as yesterday. Well, the GFS still shows it decent, but is actually downtrended the 18Z too, so that's interesting. And it shows, woo, we got a quickly intensifying system, but it looks more like a severe weather system right here in the plains and east. Yeah, it could be like a severe weather outbreak there and bringing some light snow into other areas. But that is way too far out and things could very well change. Let's look at our temperatures. So here's our European for temperatures go. Over the next day or so, a lot of us are going to be very warm. And then this cooler air is going to move in. It is actually going to be a lot more significant than we thought yesterday. That we were not really seeing much in the cool air department yesterday when it comes to this system. But we're going to see some decent below average temperatures, and it looks like we're going to see actually quite a bit. But I think the northern plains still could get some heat. And we're going to have another heat wave. This is Monday, Tuesday, maybe some record-breaking temperatures. Who knows? It's still a little far out for that, specifics like that. And then that is going to move out. And then, get this. Here's some cooled air mixing perfectly with the warm air. It see that? Wants to mix in nice and strong. And it likes to push it out. And this is what I'm talking about with the cooler air. See, we got a lot of below average. Look, the only above average temperatures would be a couple scattered areas right in over here. Or if you're right here near Florida or up here in Maine. This is something to definitely watch as we head toward mid-March. But it is quite far out. But I wanted to talk about it because yet another model, the GFS, is showing the same thing. So yes, the cool air is a little more significant than we saw yesterday. And there's that warm and cool air mixing perfectly. And then, see, there's cold, more cold. And then here's our midweek heat wave and cold. And one last thing. And again, the cold air is ruling this. And if you think these are fluke runs, let me just show the 18Z really quick. This one's almost finished. But again, actually this one does show it, just not as significant. So that's interesting. So maybe that was just a short thing. We will continue to look at that as we continue to the future. So there's that. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and going super in depth with me. And I will see you in the next video.